taking some notes, man. And now let's get personal, huh?
Let's get personal. Let's get giddy with it.
So, bro, what's your definition of a real man?
Ooh, that's beautiful. Where you get these questions from, bro?
I don't know,
Hey, yo, where this man get these questions from, man? Hey, yo, y'all make sure y'all subscribe for sure, for real, man. Hey, this podcast going places, man. For real. But yeah, what's your real definition of a man?
A real man.
A real man.
Yep.
See, we live in a society now where the interpretation of what a man is different. You know what I'm saying? Females, according to women, some women, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta be a shot caller. You gotta be a billionaire or whatever it is before they can even give you their number or call you.
That's a fact.
That's stereotype. Nah, definition of a real man for me, and many others that can attest to it, it starts with a foundation. And I'm not trying to say God, but listen, a real man puts God first in his life. A real man put God first in his life. Why? Because if you getting your information from the world, if you're getting your knowledge from the world, sometimes if you're not strong, you destroy yourself. You know what I'm saying? A real man, you gotta be somebody that can lead a home.
Right.
You gotta be somebody that's not too emotional, especially when dealing about relationships. Because the woman is always gonna be more emotional than you 500% of the time.
That's a fact, man. That's why I was just having an argument. Sorry to cut you off. With a couple of students from Canisius, and I was telling them like, men mostly have to think with logic.
Absolutely.
And women, based on just expectation of society and so on, women think with emotion.
Always.
You know, which is
it's not an argument.
Yeah, it's not. Well, they were arguing,
I feel you. I know. You know how they go. But it's true. Women will always think with their emotions. And you know what I'm saying? As a man, you have to be able to understand that. Like even in my relationship at a certain point, like, bro, just before I even understood myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I really accepted, like, yo, follow God. And that's why I'm saying it's important to just put God first. Because at one point, before I even started taking him serious, me and my partner argue all the time, and all these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, just bringing destruction to the home. You know what I'm saying? You and somebody can be together, a woman, whatever it is, and the first day y'all meet each other, what y'all establish is love. But over time, that love is going to fade away.
Right.
Over time, it's going to get boring. And you as a man, a real man, you have to understand when the roaring, you know what I'm saying, when the going gets rough,
right,
how do I stand as a man? How do I keep that relationship going?
Right.
If you don't understand, that's why I said when I started putting God first, it's like, okay, I have to understand if I do this in this relationship, or even if it means me being honest or loyal to my woman, like I'm honoring God first. So in other words, if I go ahead and say, okay, I'm lying to this person, I'm doing dishonor to God first, which is where my core is. But before then, it was like, I was just me. I could lie to you. I could do this to you. Like, no repercussions. Who's holding me accountable? I'm a man. You're not a man. You know what I'm saying? A man's first priority, honor God, a real man. Second, you be a leader. You be a leader. You should lead by example. You don't just talk it. If you're a man, you know what I'm saying? Your character as well. For me, a real man's character has to be the first thing that goes before he even shows up. Because if you go somewhere, people say, oh, this person is this way, this person is this way.
Right.
That's your character, bro. So you put God first, you be a leader, and your character speaks above everything else. You know what I'm saying? And of course, being a leader, you have to be able to provide. Especially when it comes to being a man. I mean, when when you're growing up, you're a teenager, you're a young adult, that's not a responsibility. That's because you're still growing. Mm-hmm. But a man, you know what I'm saying? You put God first, you become a leader, your character, and of course, purpose. Purpose. Because if you have no purpose, it's going to be hard for you to even try to acquire anything in your life. A man with no purpose is the dangerous man. I don't know how people take it. A man with no purpose is a scary man.
Scary.
You know what I'm saying?
Scary.
Because ultimately it's like, they're not waking up in the morning for a reason. Like your purpose, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can watch this podcast, they can see how you move like, yo, that's his purpose.
Right.
He wants to build something big. He wants to involve the community. He wants to give back to people. He wants to use his platform. His time being on earth to give back.
Right.
You don't always gotta be a billionaire or millionaire. No. Just simply just having a purpose. Like waking up in the morning. Why are you waking up? Well, you're waking up for your daughter. You're waking up to keep your family up. You know what I'm saying? Right. The simplest thing. So for me, that's how I look at it. You put God first, you become a leader, your character, and your purpose.
And let's not forget accountability.
Ooh.
You know, like
yes, that's the one that creeping there. It can be so much more, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like I said, over it can be so much more. But like the one that oversees it all.
Oversees it all, right.
It's the OG at the top.
God and everything.
Once I put God first, you know what I'm saying? In everything that I do, and I really understand His word, I understand first how to love myself.
Right.
So I don't get in a relationship and I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to treat somebody because I don't have love or because trauma. But once I know God and I know His love is real for me, I could be with somebody. I could care less. I don't care what my partner does, because my word is with God. Right. And I established that principle. God is the center of my relationship. You see how it's different? The dynamics is different, because it's not about you or her no more.
God is in the middle.
It's in the middle. So right. When you go in ahead, you being deceitful, you being despiteful, whatever it is, you think I can't see you, because you know what I'm saying? Because my connection is with God. When I pray, He's going to expose that, and I'm going to know. And when He tells me, I'm not going to try to hold on to you. You know what I'm saying? Because He said, what does the unjust have to do with the just? People say they're talking about God. Every day He's showing you who's meant for you, who's not meant for you. So ultimately, like I said, not to sound all biblical and stuff like that, but once you put God at the center of everything, you know how to walk. You know what I'm saying? You know how to maneuver.
Facts.
You know His words. Like simple things like, you know what I'm saying? Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Mm-hmm. And lean not on your own understanding. And in all your ways acknowledge Him. And He will make your path straight. Simple. If you don't know God, if you don't know His words, how would you know that?
Amen.
If you're going through a situation in your life where constantly you're depressed, anxiety, well, they laid you off your job, and you start to get worried, let the word just beat you up, that kills your soul. When you see a homeless man in the street, it's not because he's homeless or he's a bad person. Nobody's bad. But there's something in that person's life that they let get to them. That you so every time people drive by, you see, nah. Some of these people were more educated than you. Some of these people may be millionaires. So you can just see their parents. That's why it's good when you have God at the center. It's hard for the world to try to navigate you or try to play with you. You trust in the Lord with all your heart. Whenever any problem comes, say that word. Say it.
Amen.
And stuff like that, bro. If people knew that, that's what I'm saying. His people, He said again, His people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And because they reject knowledge, He also will reject them and ignore their children. So these things, if you know it, if you know that God is the first, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no girlfriend, I don't got no this, but God is the center. I trust His words. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to become a man.
Right.
I'm going to become a man. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get money. I'll make sure I'm right. When I get a relationship, God give me a God-fearing woman that we can serve you together, and then everything else fall in place. You see how that works now? Instead of people coming here with expectation, I want you to do this. I want you to be that. I want you to have this. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you going out of love. You demanding emotional things that, you know what I'm saying?
That actually drags me to my next question.
Yeah, so yeah, bro, ultimately, but yeah, just to cut it short, bro, once you put God at the center, bro, right. He leads you in your relationship, in your life, in your career. He guides you in every aspect of your life. Everything you need is in that word, bro.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
Say, good. I don't even want to end this, bro.
Love, man.
I don't even want to end this, but like, yeah, my next question is, now let's look at relationship. You kind of mentioned relationship within this throughout this conversation. So basically, just being a man, what's the beauty of just having one woman in your life, and what's the beauty of just making sure that, you know, you're settled and you're basically onto your, you know, like I said, purpose. Let's talk about the woman first. Like, what's the beauty of having that one woman
absolutely
in your life?
It all goes back to, if you look at the most successful people, I'm not saying I'm rich or anything like that. Hey, God willing, we'll get there. God willing, my brother, you will get rich too. You feel me?
Money coming.
For real, but ultimately, like, even if you look at the most successful people in life, I'm telling you, like, look at real successful people. Let's forget about the biblical terms or the spiritual terms, right? The real successful people in life, what do they have? They have a woman. Not a woman, not the woman, not, you know what I'm saying? When you're young, you do these things you don't understand, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you're chasing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. But if you're gonna become a man, if you're gonna build a home, if you're gonna have goals, you know what I'm saying? You have to be with somebody that's there. That's the difference. Yeah, you be with this one today. I could be with that one tomorrow. I can play with this one today. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately what that does to you as well, what people don't understand is soul ties. When you have a woman, right? The Bible says shall become one, right? So all these things that we're doing, you hanging out with this, having multiple, it distracts you. People don't understand that. You're trying to build yourself, or as a man, you want to build something. You want to build something, and when you're doing that, you're just messing with this, you're just doing that. What's your purpose? What's your focus? You need to be focused in order for you to accomplish goals and dreams. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody gonna say, well, the right person is not here. If the right person is not there, you work on yourself until the right person comes, and then y'all continue to build together. You feel me? So ultimately, it just boils down to that. Having one woman, it gives you that focus. It gives you that focus. And you have to be with the one that it's just not just with you because you look this way or because you got the pockets that look this way. You got to be with somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's your companion through life. That's what having one woman is. And I go back to the successful people, the Bill Gates, before some of them got divorces and all that. There's somebody that came up with them, seen them start from zero. A real woman that loves you, she will see you. Start with no pair of shoes.
Like LeBron James.
Exactly.
Hey, LeBron James, like from the start, bro.
You see?
What?
Perfect example, right? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't look up to celebrities a lot.
Right, same here.
But sometimes when I look at people that imply the principle that the things that, you know what I'm saying, we're supposed to be as men. Like LeBron, forget about the money. He started out with somebody, became somebody with the one person he had. And to this day, it don't matter who he's with. You see how his home looks?
Happy home.
You see people like you say, yeah, and the same thing with Messi too. I look like, yo, a big soccer person. Like, you see Messi? Yeah. He always walks in humility and everything.
Never heard anything on the internet saying LeBron spoke to this other one.
Exactly.
Did this with another one.
Exactly. You see his home? He's one of the most successful person in the world, one of the most followed person in the world. Same thing with Messi, you know what I'm saying? But all that's what I'm saying, the wisdom of the world sometimes, it's foolish. Because you think you need this, you need that, it makes you look cool. No. Find somebody you can build with, that you can have something with, that even when you can grow old with.
Right.
That's the importance of it. And like I said, it sharpens your focus. Just because you're not it, or because I'm not it right now, it don't mean nothing, but just having that person in your corner, just going through life and emotions with you, as opposed to just going around, you know what I'm saying, trying to be this guy or this. Like I said, hey, so you know what I'm saying? Everybody do what you want to do, but ultimately, you know what I'm saying, the older you get, you're gonna realize that, listen, just having that one person in your corner is worth more than having 1,000 that you can just run to.
You ever experienced lust?
Whew. Great question. Every person experience lust. Yeah. Every man.
At what level were you able to experience that at? And how did you overcome it in order to, you know, like I said, just stay focused and having that one woman in your life and so on?
Yeah, that's what it boils down to. You see, when it comes to that, like, that's a great question. It's like everybody, especially the days we live in these days, like with social media, the moment you could be in a relationship, you could be the most faithful man in the world. The moment let me put the comedy side. Let me put the comedy side on. You know what I'm saying? You can be the most faithful man in the world. You go on social media, man. I'm telling you, and it's just there.
It's gonna mess you up.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna mess you. I'm not coming here and be a hypocrite and say, "Oh, listen, sometimes my mind don't drift." Somebody who says they're gonna be lying. This is impossible.
It's impossible, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So every person experiences that, and it's so hard these days. You this and that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of females these days is like, it's not like before. You know what I'm saying? Let's put the money where it is. Back then, females used to be covered up. I'm not being stereotypical. Be what you want to be. I ain't judging you. You know what I'm saying? But we live in different times now. Let's all accept that fact. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship, it's not gonna be easy for you.
Right.
Because the moment you even step out, you go to the lounge. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You go on social media, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So every day, like I said, it's temptation constantly. But you always have to remember, how do you overcome it? For me, when it boils down to relationship, it's like, it's just worth losing.
Right.
What is good? Right? Is this 1 minute of fame, I call it, you know what I'm saying? Or just 20 seconds of fame, is it worth losing something that's priceless? Because you can lust all you want to lust. You can sleep with however much woman you want to sleep with. But I promise you, in every man's lifetime, there's always going to be that one person that if you messed up on, or you messed up with,
it's a wrap.
you're going to go around, and you're going to be thinking, damn, I wish I would have never done this. Because you see, love, it's not, people just use the word like cliche. Love, I love this. You get you a bag, your husband buy you a bag, or your boyfriend, or whatever it is.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you. You just throw it around. No, right. Love is the real thing, man. And love, I feel like once you respect love for what it is, not because of the person you're dating. Once you respect love for what it is, you also hold yourself for that same accountability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I feel lust, okay, what if my partner feels lust as well? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, being a man, accountability. So if I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, okay, if I can do this, she don't see me, I go do this. Okay. But the moment she does it to you,
it's a wrap.
The moment she does it to you, it's like, yo, it's like somebody came in your garden, stole your chicken and everything, bro.
As a man, it's like, he hurts, it's like somebody.
You feel me? So definitely, man, everybody do feel lust, but ultimately the way you overcome it is to just really look at the pros and the cons.
Right. And do you think society treat men and women fairly when in terms of like relationship? So when it comes in, for example, on things that we see, like we already said, like social media and so on, right? So a lot of people will be like, oh, if you, like some girls were coming to me telling me like, oh, if you my man, you can't be like other girls' pictures. And the guy will say the same thing, like, but at the end of the day, it's like they say if a woman would say like, oh, if I post certain pictures and so on, that's fine, but you can't like other girls' picture. Like, do you think society kind of like treat men and women fairly in terms of stuff like that?
I mean, the standards will never be the same. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? We men will always get it rougher, tougher, and especially with the whole. For one, people don't understand. Me, I don't follow my partner on social media.
Really?
I don't.
Why is that?
We both don't follow each other. At one point, because that's what I'm saying. That's a point about growth.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a point about growth. It was if I post my girl here, and my girl probably not even seen it. People don't even see it. When she posts me, I don't even see it. Cause that's the level that it gets to.
Because people expect you to post them, right?
Exactly. It's that expectation to post this and that. Nah, I know you for who you are. I know me for who I am. You know what I'm saying? So even sometimes, like, I like people pictures all the time. Is there any type of intention, motive behind it? No. But if my girl was to tell me don't do this, I'm gonna stop. But is it an issue? No. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that stereotype, we men, we get it tougher. We always will. A female could go post something, make herself feel comfortable, and then you go like somebody's stuff and be like, oh, why you like
this? Becomes an issue, right?
Yeah, like if you could do it, and
people really support them. They say, no, men be doing too much.
Listen,
you know,
that's why they got to boil down to that point. Like I said, with social media too is a big thing. Like when it comes to relationship, bro, you got to try to alleviate that from your relationship. Like once you get to that point, if you're really serious about a relationship, you know what I mean? Once you get to that point, like just understand, like, yo, what happens on social media is not what's going on behind closed doors.
Facts.
You feel me? And a lot of people get called out. They get so accustomed to that, right? Relationship, those that are, let me tell you something, bro. The people that posting all the time, you don't know what they're going through behind closed doors, you feel me? You don't know what they're going, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact. Especially these social media. I mean, these celebrities.
Yeah.
They look so nice. Oh, they're flying to Cancun. They're flying to Greece, you know? Yeah. But
the whole time you go to the next 2 weeks later, such and such broke apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like
one example is this dude, Little Mitch. You know, Little Mitch and Summer Walker.
Oh yeah.
So they've been posting them lately, where they were looking so good together and so on, and people were saying like, oh, they're so meant for each other. 1 month later, these dudes cheating.
Yeah, ain't nobody perfect. Even with the whole shit. Wasn't when Lil Durk tried to take himself, his girl serious.
Right.
Oh man, you came here for a day. Did you see what he did over there? He brought her flowers. He took her here. Listen, bro, live your truth, man.
Right. Social media is terrible.
Social media, bro. Yeah, you can post your partner here and there, but like, bro, that's all. That's it. Let your relationship be a relationship, and let social media be social media, man.
Be social media, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, damn. This was a long one.
We covered a lot, yeah.
I like that.
Sure,
I like this one. And the reason why I wanted to continue this one is because at first we had too much noise in the background. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. Forget it, man. Let's just continue. Just a quick message though, like to give to the younger generation, you know, the people that's growing up and so on. Like how to kind of like feel as if, how can you change your life around if you want to, because a lot of times there's a lot of judgments and so on, like how like what kind of power can you put within yourself to say, you know what, I want to be this type of person, I want to do this, and how can you like avoid, like I said earlier, like the doubters, like anybody that will come through your ears trying to tell you this and that, how can you avoid those people and focus on your true purpose, not just as a man, but also this can go towards women as well, because women must have purpose too, because you can't just be with a woman that has no purpose.
No purpose. You know? Exactly.
Yeah. Like how can you like, you know, tell them how to become something they want to become, because you came from step 1, step 2, and now you are step 3, you know, now you're just following Christ and just serious about your faith and so on.
Exactly. Well, like I said, y'all know me. I'm going to go back again to the first step, because that's what did it for me. You know what I'm saying? Understand God, for one, for real. Because once you understand that, everything else falls into place, right? You take your relationship with Him very serious, because even when you start in business, and sometimes the doubts try to come in, right? You understand that word. It keeps you going. I can do all things. Right? I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me, et cetera, et cetera. Just knowing those simple things. Right. You can start a business and sometimes it's not going places, but you remember that and it keeps you going. And ultimately, you know what I'm saying, apart from the whole spiritual aspect of it, believe in yourself.
Right.
Believe in yourself. And one of my little brothers like basketball right now, but he's constantly playing video games and all that. And every time he come to me like, yo, I'm actually good at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bro, start with a vision board.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because your dreams is only but an idea. Whatever you want to do, want to be is an idea. That idea has wings. It can fly as high as you make it go. But you have to start by believing in yourself.
That's a fact.
Michael Jordan got cut off from his basketball teams in high school. Who would have ever thought? He completely changed the whole face of basketball. And it's not just his story or when it happened to just one person. No, it's the power of faith. Faith. You have to start to believe in yourself first and foremost before you can go out there into the world and try to say, listen, this is what I got going on. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Believe in yourself. Stay focused. After you believe in yourself, you have to focus.
Right.
Focus is so important, bro. Focus, because no matter what, there's going to be times where people are going to try to tell you, oh, your dreams are not big enough. They don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You're not good enough. Why should I wear this one instead when I can wear this? So if you listen to the little voices, because every idea before it comes out, it comes from somewhere.
Right.
God will not give you something that He know you can't handle. So when you have that vision, just believe in yourself that no matter what, whether today I open up a shop, I sell 10 cookies today. Next day come, I don't sell 0 cookies. You got to keep that faith, no matter what. So we have to start with that. Start with faith, focus, and discipline. Discipline.
Discipline is key, bro.
Bro, you should know this, bro.
I know that. Discipline is key. The reason why I'm doing this for this long is because of discipline.
Exactly.
You know, I would have given up already, but like I disciplined myself, and like you said, just believing in yourself. So I believed in myself and said, you know what, I'm gonna invest my money in this, and I know either people gonna like it or not, but I know like
I'm
true
doing
purpose.
That's it.
You know
what I'm saying? And that's key when it comes to discipline as well. Like people look at time frames when they're doing these things. When you're starting out, I want to be this, I want to be that. We have our own timing in our head.
Right.
There's one artist, this one author that I read his book, and he was writing books for a long time. Before he got one of his books published, was after like 7 years. Trying within that 7-year period, right? So that's what I was trying to say. Like, our expectations of what we should be and when we should be that, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing as the purpose and plan God has for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you might be doing this, but one day might be that one episode. That's how it is with every person. One day might just be that day that you just. Poof. But what happens when you stop having faith?
Right.
What happens when you don't have that discipline? You just wake up and just keep doing it. That reward, you're gonna miss out on it. Why? Because you let somebody talk you out of it. Because you stop seeing that vision that you started from the beginning.
Right.
This is what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do, and it has life. And a dream always have life, and nobody can stop that life.
That's a fact.
Except the ones who has that dream. So absolutely, bro. Like, so I say I'm a big fan of your podcast. Let me just say that. Y'all subscribe again. Y'all subscribe. If y'all stay tuned
hit the
to this
subscribe
point,
button, man.
hit the subscribe button and like, because what this man is doing, bro, is really, really, really beneficial to a lot of people. He's taking up his time to come on here to do this for y'all. You know what I'm saying? For those who are listening.
Appreciate it, bro.
Like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? How do you know who's listening? But the message is for one person, whoever it's for. Like I said, make sure you subscribe. There'll be more.
You never know who this can change, whose life this can change, man. And that's why I wanted to have you on here as well, because,
Beautiful, man.
Like I said, bro, we both have been following each other's journey and so on. And that's the beauty of life, you know. That's the beauty of life, when a person can kind of like see another person and kind of see what they're doing and just be inspired by it.
Absolutely.
So it's all love, bro.
Beautiful. That's what I'm saying. Not to cut you off, to just stuff like this, right?
Definitely.
It's like some of the things that you know when you're growing.
Right.
You're doing a podcast, whether it's me just telling people to just love God, whatever it is. You see the growth in that as opposed to what we're accustomed to.
Right.
And that's what you want to see. That's why I always say, even though me, I always post my stuff on social media and I'm using my own platform. I could be there posting myself and my J's all day, you feel me?
Right.
But what benefit is that to me?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always do that, even with my peers. Like, even when I post, are they listening to me? Are they not listening? Like I said, the message, even if it's not for them, it's for somebody.
For somebody. Facts.
It's always for somebody. And that's what you got to remember, man. One day, like I said, stuff like this, I'm looking for the day I see my friends doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Taking God serious. I always pray for my dudes, man. I always pray for my guys, bro. Because, like I said, I don't want to be the only person that's understanding something. And, you know what I'm saying, my guys are still behind there. Right. I don't judge them. I don't condemn them. But ultimately, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like this is beautiful. You want to see this with more of your peers.
Definitely.
So, yeah, bro. It's a blessing, man. I love this.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, guys. This is EC Pinchot Podcast with your one and only host, Glory Boy. And as you can see, I mean, shit.
Your boy Enoch, man. You feel me, JR, if you know me.
You know what I'm saying? All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, notification button as well for more interviews like this, man. We out of here, man.
Yeah. You hear me? Blessed, bro. It was beautiful, bro. That was good. Beautiful session, man. Do what you're doing, bro. Sheesh. Love, man.